tops using Henry 549. The other materials you're going to need, of course, is painter's tape, just to mark off where you don't want the concrete to go. Also, before you do start that, you are going to want to peel up any of the seals that are around your sinks. Using such a small space and my sink is staying in, I'm just going to use some putty knives, just because I have tighter spaces to fit into. Obviously, this has to dry. This has to dry for a recommended 24 hours. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing my concrete. I'm just using a little mini Play-Doh cup, and it is 2 parts powder to 1 part water. A cheapo spoon to mix it. I want it to be that thick, being my first time. So now I have a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see it, not quite as thick. I also don't want it to go on real thick either, because I don't need it to be. This stuff's supposed to dry pretty fast too. The only sand it. Since it's such a small surface, I'm just going to sand by hand. Again, this is to be done after the countertop has been sanded and all the debris wiped away. I'm going to be using this 511 impregnator series. Sorry about that. All it is going to do is it's just really going to get down into any little air bubbles that might be in here. It's really going to just stick down in there and seal it. To keep stains such as red wines, anything like that from getting down into the surface and really actually staining the concrete. So this is going to be the next step. You are going to use this on you can use a paintbrush, a paint roller, but I'm going to use a clean white towel. It does stink, so I'm just going to pour it on this. And let's start right here so you can see. And you can see it just kind of gets it wet. I have also removed the tape. There's really no special way after reading the instructions on how to apply this, so go ahead and get ready to apply our top coat. We are using the Kills Wet Look Sealer. Don't shake this. I'm just going to pour it into this solo cup. I am using a nylon brush as per the instructions. I'm going to be very gentle and mixing. Okay guys, so I have my top coat in here, as you can see. You don't want to shake the bottle before you pour it because it creates air bubbles, and it really does. So you mix it very gently in the cup. And then I am going to apply it. It is dry to the touch within 1 hour. And then it's recommended that you let it dry for 1 to 4 hours. So I'll come back in probably about halfway there and check it out. And then you can apply up to 4 coats of this stuff, no more. So I am just going to begin applying it. Okay. And it literally just looks like a polyurethane. Again, and I'm just trying to smooth it out. Make sure there's no air bubbles in it, because you definitely do not want it to dry with the air bubbles. Less is more. So I'm just, and you should tape off wherever you don't want this to apply. So wherever you had taped when you first started applying your 541, you will want to tape back off again. And I am back in here to give you my honest opinion of the concrete overlay countertop that we just did. So I can't compare products because I have nothing to compare to. This was my first time doing this. But my overall review of the products, without anything to compare them to, I would use them again. That is the Henry Feather Finish 549, the 511 Impregnator, and the Kills Wet Look Sealer. All of those products are linked below for you to take a look at and purchase the exact same thing that we did use. So the overall process, very simple to follow. Instructions on the back of the product, super easy. No complaints there. But it's a process, and it's a messy process. So when I say messy, I mean more or less just in one area. So the sanding. Perhaps maybe if you are better at applying the concrete, you might not have as much sanding. And that's a very good possibility. But in order to get the ridges, air bubbles, things like that out, and to make sure that it is level, you have a lot of sanding to do. So obviously it's concrete. So when you are sanding that, it is fine, fine dust that you are stirring up. So it is everywhere. So I don't know. When you ask me if I want to do this in my kitchen now, I'm glad I started in the bathroom just to give it a try to see if I liked it, because I do like it. But the process and the cleanup, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold like, hey, we are doing this. I will say that if we do it in our kitchen, I am going to have Justin's help because I want to knock it all out. Our kitchen is the center of our home, especially when you walk in and that's the first thing that you see per se. I don't know if I'm willing to give up that space for over a week. And it takes time. So if you don't like mess and you don't like time, I don't know if this project's for you. But I encourage you to try something different. Do it on if you have an end table or something, try it on that first. Anything like that, just to see if you like it, so you can see for yourself the mess that it creates. So overall, I had fun. I enjoyed it. Will I do it again in the kitchen? Stay tuned, maybe, perhaps. But don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Down below, hit the red button, turn that thumbs up blue, and we will see you in the future. Follow along because our next step in the bathroom is painting the vanity underneath of those concrete countertops. Thanks, guys, and we will see you later.